Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Narc Free Formula. My name's Freedom. Thank you for joining me. In today's episode, I wanted to talk about the 5 different types of men to avoid when you are going back into dating. So for all of those viewers watching, Narc Free Formula is a channel for people who've experienced narcissistic abuse. So although this will apply across the board to all women, it is specifically designed for my girls who have experienced narcissistic abuse. So before I tell you the top 5 men to avoid, I just want to remind you, please, if you like the video, please like it. If you have something to say, put it in the comments. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the little dangleberry thing there, the little bell icon, if you want to hear more. All right, let's get into it. So the very first hot topic is the very first man that you want to avoid is the one who says that he is married, but we're separated, right? Because that is what every cheating, low-down dog of a man, of a married man, says. They all say the same thing. Oh, we're married, but we're separated. Oh, we can't afford to live apart. Oh, we stay together for the children. The divorce just hasn't been finalized yet. If you proceed with a man who's giving you any of these excuses, I guarantee you, my darlings, you are going to end up being a side chick. Okay? This type of man is lying, and not only are they lying, they're lying to themselves and you, but they're also disrespecting their marriage vows. They're disrespecting the woman that they committed their life to under God, right? By trying to start a new relationship with someone else when they're still married. 9 times out of 10, these blokes are still sleeping with their wives. Their wives are oblivious to the fact that they are on these dating services, or trying to crack onto women, and actually saying that they are divorced, separated, divorced, or God forbid, widowed. Widowed. My husband did that one once. Widowed. My God. So that is my number 1 top tip. Stay away from them. If they are married, right, they are married. It doesn't matter if they are separated. It doesn't matter if they live together separately, blah, blah, blah. It's all bullshit. Stay away from them. Once their divorce has been finalized, that means they've been separated for 12 months. Okay, so even then, it's, touch and go. I wouldn't necessarily want to be with someone who had just come out of a marriage. I think that you would find that there will be complications, baggage, just unnecessary stuff that you probably really don't deserve, don't need, don't want. So, yeah, I'd leave that one. Maybe a couple of years down the track, sure. But, I wouldn't jump straight into anything with a married anyone. All right, darlings. So, number 2. Number 2 is the man-child. So the man-child still living at home with his parents. So there are a lot of them on online, using the dating services. Oh, God, it's so funny. I'm laughing because back in my youth, when we were interested in dating, we would actually go out and meet people. But technology being what it is, you guys have apps and this and that these days. But the problem is that you have also with this technology, there's a glitch in the system, and that is that anyone can create a fake profile and be saying they are James Bond. And really they're just living at home in their mama's basement, eating fried chicken or whatever. So, anyone who's still living at home with their parents is not in a position to be dating an adult grown woman. If you've come out of an abusive relationship, the last thing you need is to be mummying a grown man. Okay, because that is what he's looking for. He's looking for someone who's going to be his mama. Okay, and you don't want to be his mama. Trust me. All right, number three. Number three, the third type of man that I would suggest that you avoid are the damaged men. So these are the ones that, they're depressed, they're down on their luck, they're in debt, they're always whinging, they're always complaining, they're not much fun to be around, but they're so pathetic. People, once again, want to mummy them and look after them. Don't do it to yourself, darling. Just don't do it to yourself. Life is too short, to spend picking someone up, pepping them up, trying to fix things for them, trying to help them. And the thing is also, there's a reason why, there's no one else around him. Like, so why doesn't he have any friends? Why doesn't his family want anything to do with him? Why is he in debt? Why is he so down on his luck? You're not getting the full story. I can guarantee you, if you've got a bloke like this, you are not getting the full story. And to be honest, he's probably not a very nice bloke, actually. If people are, have no one around them, it's usually because they've used and abused everyone around them. And you, if you stick around, will be used and abused as well. And I say, fuck that. Seriously, fuck that. Once again, life is just too short. No, pass on that one. All right, number 4. This lot are the criminals. So these are the ones who are just out of jail, or God forbid they're in jail. I can't ever get my head around these women that, write to blokes in jail. How low must your self-esteem and self-worth be when, you're thinking to yourself that is someone that you should be with, someone who has broken the most basic and fundamental kind of rules our society has and has ended up in jail. So, not just criminal, but not even a smart criminal, because they're in jail, right? And the thing is, most people who've been to jail, don't come out and say, I was in jail and I did this and I did that. They kind of keep those cards pretty close to their chest. But the reality is that, there's a lot of stuff that gets overlooked, right? So I've known, for example, women to be involved with men who, have, as they put it, have a checkered past. But then when they do a bit more research, they find out that, no, he was actually done jail for sex offences, and those kind of things. So unless you get a full dossier of his criminal history, and unless you're, that you can see literally every single one of his charges, unless you can actually see that, and then and if you're okay with that, I just think this is just a bad judgment call. I think it's going to end badly, no matter how you try and play it. I really do. And that's also the same with someone who's, just fresh out of rehab, or, has someone that you meet in NA or AA. Now, I'm not particularly a big fan of the 12-step programs. I think they have a function and a role, but I certainly wouldn't pick up my next boyfriend, from NA or AA. I think that is a disaster waiting to happen. I see it all too often. In fact, they actually call it the 13th step, right? So there's actually a history of blokes who come into the 12-step programs looking for vulnerable women who are lonely, who are struggling with their drug addiction or alcohol, or whatever it is, So these women are vulnerable, they're needy, they're lost, they're lonely. And so these predators actually come into NA and AA specifically looking for these women. So much so that there's an actual title for it, the 13th step. As in 12-step program, and that's the 13th step. So look, yeah, anyone who's fresh out of jail, I don't care what they've done, I'm just not, I care about you as a woman, as an individual. You know, you've got a whole life to live. You've got a whole world to experience. Why would you shackle yourself with someone who's freshly out of jail? And the same with freshly out of rehab. Okay, so just think about this stuff, you know. All right, darlings. The last is number 5, and this is another absolute just no-go, and that is our liars. So the ones that lie, the con artists, because if you catch someone out telling you little lies, right? There's a saying, and it's like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay, so basically what that means is liars lie. That's why they're called liars. Okay, and just like liars lie, cheaters cheat, you know, con artists con. So when you meet someone, you know, who, you know, you've either caught him out lying, or other people have warned you that he lies, and that, or that he's a con artist, or that he's, you know, that he's up to no good in some way, do not think, you know, oh, well, he won't do it to me. You know, what we have is special. He won't do any of that to me, because he will, because it's in his nature. You know, just like that story about the snake. I don't know if you guys remember that that American Indian story about the snake in the snow, and the woman that finds him, and she takes him home, and she, you know, unthaws him, she warms him, she brings him back to life and feeds him and looks after him. And then one day he bites her on the cheek, and as she lays there dying, she says, you know, why did you do that to me? And he says, look, bitch, you knew I was a snake. Okay? These blokes, they're telling you who they are, right? If they're telling you that they are any of these things, listen. Don't think to yourself, oh no, it won't be me. He won't do it to me. I'm special. What we have is different. You know, his ex, she deserved it. No, she didn't. Okay? She didn't. Neither will you. But if you stick around with him and he's any one of these types, you know, you will suffer the consequences, darling. And a lot of you will find out that they're actually narcissists or sociopaths. So anyhow, that's another video in itself. All right, darlings, thank you for watching. And yeah, please, like I said, remember to like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and share the videos widely. See you.